According to the United States Census Bureau, there are about 46.7 million people living at or below the poverty line in the United States. Currently, the U.S. population is about 327 million, according to the U.S. Census Bureau of 2017. And while the number of those in poverty may seem minuscule, only 12% of those are Caucasian. Many people in the United States are oblivious to the problem of poverty in our population and the continued inequality of pay between races. Through my research at the University of Arkansas, I have studied the inequality of populations in the U.S. and their depictions in film, and juxtaposed them with perceptions of poverty in political media and perceptions of the middle and upper class. Today, I will acknowledge the separation of classes and disparities in wages and healthcare, and how to seek a solution for equality. Political media often portrays those in poverty as violent and lazy, and according to a 2014 documentary by Catherine Round entitled The Divide, perceptions of individuals of low income are fed by negative media stereotypes. This documentary attempted to address the issues of income disparity in the US and UK through a more human approach, according to an interview with Catherine Round by The Guardian, turning a book of graphs into a heartfelt film. Though Round's approach was meant to evoke sympathy by interviewing people in their homes, she neglected to mention wage discrepancies between the sexes, especially Latino women who were not mentioned at all in the film. Negative media stereotypes of low-income peoples in film and media perpetuate the ideas of laziness, justifying somehow less government spending on welfare or affordable healthcare options and programs for impoverished families. The Census Bureau also states that low-income families in the United States are households earning about $35,000 or less a year, which is about 30.2% of the full population, a third of the United States population. The Harvard Kennedy School also released a chart of the gender wage gap showing what women of different ethnicities and genders make in reference to the white man's dollar. Here we see firsthand the disparities of income between races in correlation to gender. The Asian woman making about 94 cents to the white man's dollar, the white woman making about 82 cents, the African American woman making about 68 cents, and the Hispanic women making 61 cents to the white man's dollar. Inequality actually increased when trickle-down economics, or Reaganomics, was implemented into the U.S. economy. Inequality is bad for society and the planet because many people suffer and have to live on less. Income disparity is the key cause of obesity, violence, drug abuse, and depression, especially in the United States. The U.S. economy and government has sought to uphold white male power by creating disadvantages for other populations and not necessarily implementing systems to provide opportunity. So a little background. What is trickle-down economics? Well, introduced during the Reagan era, trickle-down economics is a theory that justifies reducing the taxes of people in high-income earning brackets, which should be invested back into the local economy, eventually creating better support for small businesses, trickling the money down to the lowest of the classes. Unfortunately, this experiment, 35 years later, has resulted in greater gaps between the rich and the poor. Solutions to these problems exist within our capitalist economy, and it's up to us to find them. Solutions begin with awareness. In order to move towards a future of equality, we have to ensure that we are actively working every day to provide better lives and ensure that everyone can be as happy as we are. This begins with electing politicians who truly understand the impact of poverty in our nation and seek to change it with effective economic strategies, reforming the education system step by step and raising awareness of stereotypes to begin breaking them down. The socioeconomic disparities between races in our country must be acknowledged in order to evoke change. And as a land of opportunity, the United States has a reputation to allow the opportunity for all men and women to be successful, including those of low socioeconomic status. Let us not forget the golden rule: love your neighbor as yourself.